Welcome to the Street Golf Performance Podcast, where we empower golfers like you to swing stronger, play pain-free, and dominate the course. I'm Alex Keller, and this is day 2 of our back pain elimination series. If your back aches after a round or keeps you sidelined, this episode is about to change your game forever. Here's a bombshell fact. 99% of golfers are treating their back pain dead wrong. And in the next 12 minutes, I'm going to prove it. We're going to reveal the real cause of your pain and share a proven fix that could transform your swing and your life. Stick with me. This is a hole-in-one for every single golfer. Yesterday, we met Trey, Andrew, and Edward, 3 golfers who crushed their back pain using my 3-step system. Today, I'm exposing what 99% of golfers miss about their back pain and why the usual fixes are failing them. Let's get started. Let's cut through the myths that keep golfers in pain. Most of you believe 3 big lies about your back pain. First, you think your spine or your discs are damaged. Maybe you've been told you have a herniated disc or degenerative disc disease. Second, you're told to rest, skip golf, or ice your back for weeks. Third, if you're over 40, you probably think this is just aging. Golf is a tough sport, right? These myths are why you're still hurting. Doctors and physical therapists often focus on the wrong thing. They zero in on your lower back, where it hurts, instead of why it hurts. They'll show you an MRI with a disc bulge and say, that's the problem. But here's the shocker. A 2015 study in the American Journal of Neuroradiology found that 50% of pain-free people in their 40s have disc bulges, yet they feel fine. Why? Because the issue isn't your spine structure, it's how your body moves. This is a $50 billion industry in the US alone. The average person with back pain spends $1,440 on treatments, pills, injections, surgeries, and this is compared to the $580 for those without pain. That's an extra $4,255 for 5 years just for quick fixes that don't address the root cause. This is because the system profits from repeat customers, not from fixing you for good. My wake up call came with a client named Garrett. He was a 30-year-old golfer who battled back pain for a decade. He'd been experiencing this since the end of his high school career. He tried everything like chiropractors, cortisone shots, even quitting golf for months. Nothing worked long term. Early in my career, I prescribed back stretches to him, but with Garrett, I realized his back was just the fall guy for a deeper issue. We targeted the real cause, and his pain vanished in a matter of weeks. And he was back to shooting in the 70s, pain free. And that's when I knew the conventional approach that we've all been taught is not just a lie, but it's misunderstood. We need to work on the movement of your entire body and how everything connects. So, what's really causing your back pain? It's not your swing, your age, or that time you tried to outdrive your buddy. It's the sitting epidemic and how it's causing you and your muscles to not work. Up to 80% of people experience back pain at some point in their lives. And for golfers, it's so much more than that. You're sitting for over 8 hours a day at a desk, plus 1 to 2 hours in a car or on a plane. Even if you're hitting the course 3 times a week, that's 70% of your day spent in a chair. And that's not even taking into account if you go home and you watch TV. There's a chain reaction that happens. Sitting tightens your hip flexors, which are the muscles connecting your pelvis to your thighs. A tight hip flexor pull your pelvis forward, setting off your glutes, which is your body's powerhouse for a powerful golf swing. A 2017 study in the Journal of Sports Sciences showed that weak glute activation increases lower back strain by 30% during rotational movements. Without your glutes, your back takes a hit. Now add golf. A World Long Drive pro that I worked with once told me that every swing at that level is like getting in a 30-mile-per-hour car crash. Your swing demands explosive hip power. But if your glutes are asleep from sitting, your back handles these rotational forces alone. Over 18 holes, that's hundreds of swings stressing an overworked back if you're hitting the range beforehand. It's like asking your caddy to carry your bag, your clubs, and you around the course. Something's going to break down on that guy eventually. Take Trey Cox, the PGA Tour I talked about in the last episode. Trey's travel heavy lifestyle, hours on planes and cars, at desks because he actually works a job, locked up his hips and turned off his glutes. His back pain was so bad that he couldn't finish a 4-day tournament without feeling wrecked and like his body was shutting down on him. He thought his swing was the problem. but it was just amplifying the damage. It was amplifying the damage from sitting. We fixed his movement patterns, and not only did his pain disappear, he added 30 yards to his drive and played pain free through grueling schedules. Even pros like Tiger Woods fell into this trap. Tiger ran for years, then switched to heavy weightlifting. But he was doing rotational exercise that didn't offset his swing's damage. They compounded it, leading to spinal fusions. The lesson that we learned from this is not about avoiding exercise, it's about avoiding and choosing the movements that counteract the swing stress and turn on the muscles that have been turned off from sitting so much. Why does everyone, doctors, PTs, even golfers, get this wrong? First, the MRIs and X-rays are misleading. A 2014 study in Spine Journal found that 80% of people over 50 have abnormal scans, disc bulges, arthritis, yet may feel no pain. The real issue is movement dysfunction, how your hips, glutes, and spine work together in unison. And scans can't show that. Second, the medical system is wired for quick fixes. Doctors with just 10 minutes per patient prescribe pills or injections to mask pain. Physical therapists might give you back exercises or hip stretches, but strengthening an overworked back and just doing static stretches just adds tension or gives you a quick fix. The golf fitness industry is even worse. Those golf specific workouts you see on YouTube, medicine ball, twist, cable rotations, look flashy, but compound rotational damage from your swing. They're like pouring gasoline on a fire, and I learned this the hard way. Early on, I prescribed back focused exercises, but the results were inconsistent. Then I started focusing on the kinetic chain, hips, glutes, spine, and use anti-rotation movements to offset swing damage. That's when clients like Edward, who couldn't walk 50 yards without pain, started walking 36 holes pain-free. My approach is simple. Stop training the back and fix the cause. By addressing all of these things, weak glutes, tight hips, poor movement patterns, we stop the compensation cycle that's wrecking your back. And now the swing and the twist isn't overloaded and taken over by your spine. Are you ready to eliminate your back pain for good? My 3-step system, featured in my guide, 3 Steps to Eliminate Back Pain Forever, targets the root cause. And here's why it works. We train your spine through full ranges of motion. Forget the myth that your spine should stay rigid. Your spine has 33 vertebrae designed to move, yet most fitness programs keep it locked in one position. We use the Jefferson curl, starting with a resistance band to strengthen your spine through every range. This makes you injury proof so you won't tweak your back, picking up a golf ball, or swinging off balance. Trey started with 10 reps of resistance band Jefferson curls, and it transitions his spine resilience, letting him play tournament weekends without pain. Step two is strengthen your glutes. Weak glutes are the hidden culprit behind back pain. At Streakperformix, we use daily lunges, 5 to 10 minutes of continuous lunges every single day to wake up your glutes, stabilize your core, and take the load off your spine. A 2019 study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that glute activation reduced back pain by 40% in athletes. For golfers, lunges also teach ground force awareness, boosting swing power. If you start with 2 minutes a day and build up to 10 minutes, your legs, glutes, and back will feel unstoppable. Step three, unlock your tight hips. Sitting tightens your hip flexors, but static stretching alone won't fix it. We incorporate daily hip mobility into every workout, lunges, hip hinges, even upper body moves that stretch your hips. For example, after a spine focused session, we pair them with hip mobility drills to balance the kinetic chain. This retrains your body to stay loose, reducing back strain over time. The system works because it rewires your movement patterns. The best part is you don't even need a gym. My program inside the Streakperformix app called Bombs Away Only Bands uses resistance bands for all 3 steps. Perfect for golfers like Trey who didn't want to use a gym. Trey used it to go from constant pain to hitting it 30 yards farther, pain free, through the toughest tournaments in the hardest conditions. Edward couldn't walk 50 yards and used it to walk 36 holes and hour-long walks per day. It's provable, low risk, and proven. Tomorrow, in the next episode, we're going to dive even deeper into each 3 of these steps so you can help apply it to your own life. Before we wrap, I got a free gift to help you swing pain-free. My guide that I created, 3 Steps to Eliminate Back Pain Forever, includes the exact Bombs Away Only Bands program that transformed Trey and Edward's games. It's 100% free in the Streakperformix app until the end of 2026. Links in the description. Why spend over $1,000 a year on treatments when you can fix your back for free? If this episode hit the mark and has helped you at all, drop a comment below. How much does back pain hold you back on the course? Or share your biggest takeaway. I'm reading every single comment. Like and subscribe to stay in the game and hit that notification bell for episode 3 tomorrow. Let's keep your streak going pain free. And if you know a golfer struggling with back pain, share this episode with them. It could change their game too. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.